Hi, everyone. Trisha Calkins here. I'd like to welcome you to the second week of the Decoding Cultures class. First of all, I would like to thank you for your patience in getting Flipgrid up and running the way it needed to go. There was a change in how Flipgrid set some defaults, and I didn't realize that had happened. So that's what the problems were. From now on, there shouldn't be any issue with the Flipgrid running the way that I want it to. So the point about Flipgrid is that we get to hear the voices of the people in our class. As I said before, it's not imperative that you show your face on screen. So if you have a little problem with actually showing your face on screen, just put the camera pointed somewhere else. We would like to hear your voice, however. I'd also like to have you please reply to the videos of people in the class with a video response. I realize that when some of you went to reply to the videos, the video response was not enabled, so you're only able to apply by written comment. That shouldn't happen again. So from now on, I'm hoping that Flipgrid will work the way that we want it to. You'll never be penalized for doing anything in this class or not doing something in this class if there is a technological issue that is the basis of it. You don't ever have to worry that that's going to happen. So let's talk about last week and this week. I really enjoyed getting to hear about a little bit about you in your Flipgrid posts. And also in the your initial responses in the forum post. I haven't yet done any of that grading because as of right now, none of that is due. So I don't want to go ahead and grade until people are certain to have that in. I just want to caution you that while I am grading, it could be that a partial grade will show up in the grade book. So as I am in the midst of grading forums, you get grades on each forum post that you make. If it so happens that I haven't finished grading that, it could look like you don't get full points for your forum post, when in fact what has simply happened is that I am in the middle of grading. So don't immediately jump to the conclusion, if you have a lower grade in the forum, that you have done something wrong, especially if you have made all the posts you were supposed to make. If that gradebook grade persists, it could be that there is some issue and you should contact me. But don't immediately worry if you've done all the work that was assigned. For this next week, I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. I'm about to open this tab, but it isn't open yet. So that's why on my screen, it's all grayed out. But you notice that we're going to be talking about barriers to communication, stereotypes and racism, and the US and China. And I again have it set up in the same way. So up at the very top here, you'll see that there are my office hours. And remember that you need to text me first in order to have me turn on that Zoom session. It's just that I don't sit in front of the Zoom session with my camera sitting on me. It just feels weird to be sitting in front of my camera with nobody to talk to. Then there are these due dates, which will lead you to places down at the bottom. You don't need to pay attention to those due dates if you're going to follow the step-by-step below. This intro video will be uploaded here as soon as I am done with it. Then notice that there is an application exercise. First, there is a little bit of a review of communication in Western and Confucian cultures. And then there's this application 1, notions of communication. This red note here is really important. You have to use Chrome or Firefox. Unfortunately, Moodle does not work well with Safari and other browsers. It prefers Chrome, It generally functions well with Firefox. If you don't use Chrome or Firefox for this particular application, then your grade will not be recorded. So in order to make sure your grade is reported, if you haven't done it yet, please download Chrome or Firefox and use it for this application. I also need you to remember here, do not retry this application exercise. You will lose your score if you retry this application exercise. After that, there is a section about apologies, which is going to be replied to on Flipgrid. So there's another Flipgrid assignment here, which the Flipgrids are due on the 28th and the 30th. And then there is an interactive lesson. This interactive lesson includes a little bit of quiz that goes on with it. And you can only do that lesson once. But once you have done this lesson once, this other lesson will be open for you, and it contains all of the same information, and so you can go back and review it if you want to. It will not collect any grade scores. The biggest thing this week is a group work that you're going to do about stereotypes and racism. And you'll notice that here at the top of this group work, I have listed who is going to be in the stereotype group and who is going to be in the racism group. That simply tells you within your group which topic you are responsible for being the expert on. And as part of this assignment, each person in the group is going to make up a PowerPoint presentation. Please do not use Prezi, use PowerPoint. And you are going to upload that PowerPoint for people in your group to look at and to respond to. It's a 3-slide PowerPoint, so it's not a big PowerPoint demonstration, production here. And all of the things that you need to put on each of the slides is listed here down at the bottom of this. You will then discuss stereotypes and racism within the context of your group. There is a blog post that is due on Sunday, and there is a 1-page paper that talks about the relationship of the US and China that's also due this week. So those are the things that are due this week. And notice that if you have time, you can also start reading pages 75 to 80 in your book for the next week. And we'll also be reading the pages 80 to 90. So if you had time and you wanted to start preparing for next week, you can do that now. So that's a little bit about where we were and where we're going. Please get back to me if there are any issues. I'm hoping that the issues will all be ironed out. And have a good